Right, so this is us going to change the air conditioning panel from this Range Rover L405 2013 to a new digital panel. And the first thing you need to do is to remove these two side panels here, and they pull off by pulling them towards you, and they're held on by three small clips. That, same on that side. And the next thing we need to take off is this surround here surrounding the screen, and if you just grab that from the bottom it will pop off, although this one's quite slack. Take that off, and that leaves to take this metal surround here to allow us to access the bolts in here, and they're held on by four Torx screws. That's that. And this metal surround just pops out there and comes off. So the next thing we need to do is to take this faceplate off the existing air conditioning unit, and it just pops off. It's held on by a number of clips. There's a locator, 3 and 4 clips that just pop that off. Then we've got the AC unit, the original one. It's held on by 4 bolts. Now this should just slide out like so. And what I'm going to do is put my towel down here just to protect it from being scratched, and pull that out. And in the back of this panel you'll see there's one single connector. Just push down on that connector and pull it out, and that's you removed the original AC control panel. So we're about to fit the new panel. It's very similar. It's got the CD slot above the top, it's got a singular plug and a USB port for updating. And the panel is held on by 4 brackets. The brackets are slightly different. These are the bottom brackets and these are the top brackets. So the bottom brackets are sliding in here like that. That's bolted on to here, and then that goes on. There's a small screw there to allow us to mount that bracket. So these brackets here are for the top, and they would mount like this on here. And the way they fit on to the new panel is like that. So the second brackets, again there's a left and a right, would mount onto here. These would be mounted like that, and they slot into that slot. And the idea behind this is there's a small hole here that allows us to mount the AC panel from the side with the screws provided. Just be careful not to tighten them too much, or you will crack the plastic on that. So then what we do is we plug in the AC unit, clicks into position, and then it should locate into its position. So that's it in position. And what we need now is the 4 wee screws just to locate that. And that shall fit in here, like so. And the last 2 So that's the 4 screws mounted. The bracket feels fairly solid. Just got to check that your tray is going in and out, which it is. So that's the panel now fitted. I'll just test that to make sure it's powering on. There we have it. So it's working. Temperature. I will now put the rest of the surround on, then we'll set the panel up. So the first thing we need to do is to put our surround back on, a metal plate. Then we want to put our surround back on, and again 2 guides and the clips along the top, and this just sits on. There are a couple of locators in there on the left and the right, and you want to just push that and you'll hear that clicking into position. So just make sure all the clips are down. There we are. And the last thing is to put our side panels on, which go straight on each side. One, like so, goes on the same. The only thing we've got to do is to take off the screen protector on it, and we'll see it powering up. And we will do another video on how the air conditioning panel actually operates. You'll notice it's got climate, seats, car, rear climate, rear seats. And one of the things we've noticed is, if you notice the 2 temperatures, to try and sync, so we'll put this temperature at 22 or 23, this one's at 16.5. When we go to sync it, it syncs to 16.5. And that's because the panel thinks it's a left-hand drive car. So if you go into car, press the wee cogs, which is the settings button here, and under version, if you hold your finger on the version, a hidden menu will come up. And on the right here, what you want to tick is right hand drive. If you're in the UK, press OK, the panel should reboot, and what you've got now is a change. You've now got rear seats, rear climate, car, front seats, front climate. And if we now put the temperature up on the driver's side, 16.5 on the passenger side, 23 degrees on the driver's side, then we press sync, and it now syncs with this size and this side here, and the panel has now configured itself for a right hand drive vehicle. That's the installation of the digital AC panel for a Range Rover L405. This one is a 2013 autobiography. Hope you enjoyed the video. Any questions, please leave it in the comments, and I'll try and help as much as I can.